Good morning, everybody. I didn't put you to sleep last night. So sorry.
This is the intro to Pim's Daily Vlogs. Pim's Daily Leaps. Enjoy.
I made my bed. It looks all pretty. Quick room fix. If your room looks messy, make your bed. It starts pulling everything together.
Oh, it's a beautiful day.
Attempt to donate blood number 2 this year. I don't have any classes, so this time it should work pretty well.
Oh man, so many people.
Finally get it. Last time I was too busy. The time before that, they didn't want me. Finally. Third try in like 6 months. Everything is kind of out of focus today because I only have in one contact. So this eye sees fine, this eye is blurry. If you guys wear contacts, this is weird and you should know that. If you don't wear contacts, this is weird. This is weird. Whew. Happy fall, everybody. It's officially fall. Leaves are changing color, leaves are falling, and it's cold. That's a nice breeze. I hope it's not damaging the microphone at all very much. I want to do a quick vlog for you guys on family and technology whilst I'm walking to class. Family, technology, going with the fact that people of an older generation normally do not understand. I know my parents especially are very much like they don't get anything. They don't trust email because they're still in the whole like it's a scam, it's somebody trying to get your bank account, and that's everything on the internet. So they really don't trust anything, and anything that's on the internet, they're basically like, oh my gosh, it's going to be used for evil purposes. Like all those horror stories you hear of, someone posting a seemingly innocent picture on Facebook, and then they get fired. They're convinced that's going to happen to me and my brother. I think that people need to calm down about technology, especially things like Facebook. I get a lecture from my parents every couple of months about how I have to be really careful about what's on Facebook because my future bosses could see it. And my response to that is, I have everything set on private, and I'm not going to friend my boss. If they want me to, I'm going to tell them no, because that's just the way it is. But of course, they don't understand privacy settings. And I'm not the most technologically advanced person either, so I don't even do half the things online that people can do online. I think technology, the way it is now, is really, really good. For instance, I'm making money off of just talking about my everyday life and talking about my opinions online. Granted, I've only made 43 cents so far, but that is 43 cents I did not have. Yeah, so it's kind of interesting that that's the way it is. But I think most older people do not get that. I had a really good point earlier, and I'm trying to remember what it was. And now I can't remember. It's something... I don't know. So, technology is really good. I love Facebook, if for nothing else than for the fact that I've been on trips to different countries. I had a host sister in Japan, a host sister in Austria, and friends from all over the country that went on those separate trips. I was able to friend them on Facebook, and now we still keep in touch because we're always on Facebook. I was so happy when the tsunami hit Japan, because I was able to immediately go onto Facebook. I waited a few days afterwards, to let them be okay. But as soon as I was there, I sent a whole bunch of messages to my Japanese host family saying, "Are you guys okay? Like, did anything happen? Are you guys fine?" And they were all okay. And it was really good that I could get that and have some sort of oh good, my friends are safe. I'm going to college in New York. All my friends from high school are still in Illinois. So Facebook is great because I can get on, I can have a conversation with them. And I love technology for that I'm not isolated in a bubble somewhere. I'm always connected to something. My mom criticizes that because she says I get too used to being connected, and I guess sort of the stereotypical person on a desert island who suddenly cannot check Facebook and cannot update their phone, and they start freaking out because they can't do it. And that can happen. But I think people need to make sure they have a knowledge of what's important and what's not. For instance, having a computer so you can look up that book that you didn't get and you need to SparkNote it so you can rememorize it for the class, that's good and that's important. Uploading to Facebook that you're walking through the sack is maybe not so much of an important thing. And if people can really get a hold of what is important to them, what will help them in the long run, what will not help them in the long run, and not worry so much if they can't do exactly what they were hoping to do. I think that'll help people. But it's a completely different world from what my parents grew up in. They tell me repeatedly about how, they didn't have their first computer until college, and it was huge. And now I've got a MacBook Air in my backpack that's really super light. It's a whole different world. I don't think we're ever going to be able to go back to something like, think Amish pioneer type families. I don't think we're ever going to be able to go back there unless there is a huge natural disaster all over the world that prevents not only our country from having this said technology, but also prevents other countries from coming back and helping us. So it's completely changed the face of the world, and it's going to change it forever until the end of time. I know my dad loves the fact that everything's different. He keeps on mentioning that the jobs that I'm going to have open to me are going to be things that have not even been thought of right now at this moment. And I believe that. I mean, there are professions. Let's see. I think of chiropractors. Who would think that would be a really huge business? Psychics and things, actually getting paid for it. I don't even know. Searching for different lost ships on the bottom of the ocean. Researching polar ice caps melting. I mean, all this different stuff. Technology has definitely changed family too. It's more often now that I'll just shoot my parents a text if I need to tell them something, rather than call them. And I almost find it a hassle to call my grandpa because he doesn't text and he doesn't do much, so it's pretty much the only way I can get in contact with him. And I wish I could get him a Skype, but of course he's going blind, so that doesn't do much good either. And now it's time to go to class. It's the end of my technology rant.
And this is the end.